Leach with Racers Guide exclusive with the voice of the World of Outlaws, Johnny Gibson. Just got done our big show here, the biggest show of the year probably. And I got a quick question for you, John. I see you running around here doing all kinds of stuff. You work harder than the racers do. How do you keep yourself from getting burnt out, man?
I certainly wouldn't say I work harder than the racers. This is a labor of love for me. I get paid for the time I put in away from the racetrack doing the research and, putting the miles on the vehicle or whatever. But the time I'm up here in the booth watching these guys go around the track and talking about it, that's fun to me. I'm a race fan. I have the greatest job in the world. I get to see the world's best sprint car drivers night in and night out, and I get to talk about it.
Now, John, there hasn't been anybody else that has been the voice of the World of Outlaws. I mean, I talked to you a little earlier today, and you told me you used to use the regular announcers from the racetracks. But you've been the voice of the World of Outlaws for how many years now?
This is actually my 18th season announcing for the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series.
Now, John, with all the social media and all the stuff that goes on, you got the websites now, you got Twitter, you got Facebook, and now we got games with your voice on it. My nephew plays that World of Outlaws game, and he goes, that's the guy I met at the racetrack. John, you got to feel pretty good about the World of Outlaws and where it's been and where it's going.
Absolutely, and I think the World of Outlaws and 410 sprint car racing in general is as strong as it's been in a long, long time. We've got the world's best sprint car drivers following the circuit. We're back up to 90-some races after a low of, I believe, 64 just 3 or 4 years ago. The popularity is picking back up again. I see nothing but growth in the future.
Now, John, Kinzer has semi-retired. And Sammy Swindell and them guys, back in the day, there was tons of them guys. Do you see any youngsters coming into the sport that are going to take it past to the new level?
I don't know about youngsters. I mean, you look at what Donnie Schatz has done the last couple of years, what he's already done here in 2015. But, Donnie's closing in on 35 years old, something like that. So, but he certainly has a chance to make his mark in history. We were just talking the other day. Donnie right now is only 108 wins behind Sammy Swindell for second all-time with the World of Outlaws. And think about that. A guy that started his career in 1997, only 100 and some wins away, and the pace that he's going, he had 26 wins last year. He's on pace for more than that this year. Another 5 years of 20 wins, and he'll be right there. Now,
you've been all over the country with these guys. Do you have a favorite venue that you like to go to every year?
I gotta say, and I'm being completely honest about this. River City Speedway in Grand Forks, North Dakota, is my favorite racetrack out of 384 or 85 that I've been to. There's just something about that place that really makes me look forward to our 2 visits there. It's a tight little 3/10 mile oval with track records 9.2 seconds.
See, now I would have thought you would have said Charlotte, because everybody, Charlotte, with the big track there and then the dirt track there. I've never been there, but they say it's pretty exciting to go there too.
We're going to be racing in Charlotte here on Friday night with the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series, but the one that everybody really talks about, the event that has grown so much, is the World of Outlaws World Finals. We wrap up the year in Charlotte. The only time all year you can see the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars, the World of Outlaws Late Models, and the Super Dirt Car Series Big Block Modifieds together on one stage. It's 3 nights. We close the seasons down for all 3 series. It is an absolutely amazing event, and yeah, what that has become over the course of 6 or 7 years or however long we've done it now is just absolutely mind-blowing. The type of crowd that we get, the number of competitors that we get, it has become one of the premier events in all of short track racing.
Well, I can't imagine the World of Outlaws without the voice of Johnny Gibson behind them. John, you do a wonderful job. You've taught me a lot just being around you and seeing what you do. It's been a pleasure to have you here. We look forward to you guys coming here many years to come. John, thanks for the interview. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me, and definitely look forward to coming back to New Egypt. This is a pretty cool racetrack.
Johnny Gibson, the voice of the World of Outlaws, right here on RacersGuide.com, exclusive with Nick Leach.